Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-jana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Shahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam. Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabhandhu Jagate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam hayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Sri Gurun Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. So, happy Ekadasi to all the devotees here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam. Happy Ekadasi.
Yes, it's very auspicious, isn't it? Early in the morning, Ekadasi day, we start our day with the Bhagavad Gita discussion. All right. So, in our last session, we left where Krishna explains to Arjuna the stages of the Ashtanga Yoga process. Yeah. And it looks like really difficult to put it into practice. Yeah. Especially in the age of Kali Yuga. Yeah. In which actually for this Ashtanga Yoga practice, the main requirement is that to be sense control, especially controlling the mind. Yeah. We will see in our discussion today how this process is being rejected by Arjuna. Yeah. But before going into that, we will discuss a little bit about realization of Krishna as super soul. Now, this is the perfection of the yoga. Yeah. So ultimately, the perfection of yoga is to realize about Krishna or to become Krishna conscious. Yeah. That's why we find in the beginning of the chapter, Srila Prabhupada emphasizing that those who are in Krishna consciousness, even in their early stage, already actually surpass the level of Ashtanga Yoga process. Yeah, they attain the perfection of the Ashtanga Yoga process. After describing the yoga practice of fixing the mind on the self, Krishna explains the realization of the yogi. A Krishna conscious yogi is perfect seer because he sees Krishna situated in everyone's heart as super soul. He sees Krishna everywhere and everything in Krishna. Thus, he sees all living entities equally. Yeah, we have discussed also the perfected yogi. Yeah, Pandita Samadarshinaha, how the perfected yogi can see all the living entities with the equal vision. Yeah. Okay. Text 28. Thus, the self-controlled yogi constantly engaged in yoga practice becomes free from all material contamination and achieves the highest stage of perfect happiness in transcendental loving service to the Lord. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Self-realization means knowing one's constitutional position in relationship to the Supreme. The individual soul is part and parcel of the Supreme, and his position is to render transcendental service to the Lord. Yeah. So what does it mean? A perfect yogi. Perfect yogi means a person who Krishna conscious. Mm. So what kind of Krishna conscious? It should be fully Krishna conscious. Then we are perfected. Yeah. As Srila Prabhupada nicely explained here, it's like simple explanation, but it has very profound meaning. Yeah, there are 2 points here in Srila Prabhupada's purport that we just read. First thing is that Srila Prabhupada explaining about our constitutional position. Yeah, Nityera Krishna Das, yeah, the eternal servant of the Lord. And then we are part and parcel of Krishna. Mama iva amsa jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. So we are the amsa. Amsa means the part, yeah, the part of Krishna's existence. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada often give the example also, just like the fire, you know. If the part of the fire just goes out from the fire, you know, the spark of the fire being separated from the complete whole of the fire, so the small part of the fire will become extinguished. Yeah. So that is our position when we try to be separated from Krishna. Then our natural position is being covered, especially by the 3 modes of material nature, the lower 2 natures, yeah, Rajogun and Tamogun. That's how we are being illusioned and we are unable to understand our constitutional position as the eternal servant of the Lord, because we are disconnected. But the very moment that we try to link, so yoga comes from the word yuj. Yeah, yuj means to connect, to link. Yeah, this is the Sanskrit term. So to connect the spirit soul with the super soul, that is called yoga. That's why the perfected yoga means when we realize Krishna. When we realize Krishna. Of course, realizing Krishna means realizing and understanding our sambandha, first of all. Sambandha, our relationship with Krishna. Yeah. This is a quote from Surrender Unto Me. Nice one. I put it up here. The previous verse described the yogi who attains self-realization, who realized that he is not his body, but a soul qualitatively one with Brahman. This verse describes going beyond that realization to realize, to realization of the super soul. Thus, the yogi, one who is in touch with the Supreme Self, experiences sukhena, transcendental happiness, because of Brahma samsparsam, being in touch with the Supreme. This liberation is achieved by practicing yoga with a controlled mind and thereby contacting the super soul. Thus, the yogi can gradually progress from an impersonal realization to a personal realization. That means, however, that the super soul he is realizing will also gradually turn into Bhagavan. Okay. Okay, before going to the next verse, I think I already explained in one of the classes before that even the Mayavadis are also kind of spiritualists, yeah, because they understand that they are not the body. So one who understands that we are not the body, I'm not the body, so has some understanding that there is something beyond this body. So the Mayavadi sannyasis, they are also spiritualists, but their understanding is half perfected. Yeah. Because they don't understand, they don't realize that the Bhagavan aspect of the Lord is existing. Yeah. But they have some sense that, yes, I'm not this body, Aham Brahmasmi. Yeah. Therefore, it is mentioned in this quote from Surrender Unto Me that those who are sincere, Actually, they will pursue for the higher understanding, and then by the guidance of the Paramatma within themselves, so they will come to the realization even up to the Bhagavan aspect. Yeah. One of the example of sincere Mayavadi is the Chaturkumaras. Yeah. How in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is described that the Chaturkumaras in the beginning they are Mayavadis. But in what category? They are Brahmavadi. Yes, they are Brahmavadis. They are impersonalists. They are Brahmavadis. But Tasya Ravinda Nayanasya Pada Ravinda Kinjal Kamisra Tulasi Makaranda Vayu. As soon as they smell the lotus leaf, which are offered at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, and then they get some transformation. Yes, that's how they became devotee. Yeah. Yes, Archit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, and Pranam.
Yes.
Prabhuji, can you please explain again? I know you have explained it again. What is the difference between Mayavadi and Brahmavadi?
Yes. So Brahmavadi, thank you so much for your question. Brahmavadi is person, actually both Mayavadi and Brahmavadi, they are having the understanding that I'm not the body. Okay. But Brahmavadi, basically, they are the impersonalists who are pursuing after Brahman realization. Yeah. And then the Mayavadi, they are thinking that the whole world is illusion. Yeah, the whole world is illusion. And the Mayavadi is thinking like this. Okay, I'm God, but now I'm being covered within this material body. But as soon as I'm getting out from this material body, I will come to my original position of being God. Mayavadi, Maya means illusion. So that's how they are being illusion. But Brahmavadi, they understand that I'm the spirit soul and there is higher being, which is the supreme Brahman. But they don't get the understanding that this Brahman, what is the source? And that is the Bhagavan. Yeah. So that is the difference between Brahmavadi and Mayavadi. Mayavadi means they are being illusion that I am God. I am God. I'm not this body, I'm God. But as soon as I come out from this material body, I will resume my original position as God. But Brahmavadi means I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul, and there is higher being, which is the supreme Brahman. But they don't have the complete understanding about the Bhagavan aspect of that absolute truth. Because Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti sabdyate. There are three aspects of absolute truth, right? So Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Even Brahman realization also is an absolute truth realization, but in a very beginning stage. So that is the Brahmavadi. Yeah. Everybody clear about this, right? Yes. So basically Mayavadi, they are illusion. They are thinking that they themselves God. But Brahmavadi, they don't think that they themselves God. They have understanding that I'm the soul, but there is a higher being, and that is the Supreme Brahman. Yeah, but they still not coming to the realization of Bhagavan aspect.
That
Yeah.
higher being is the light, right? They consider
Yes, the light they
in
consider.
in both of these concepts. In Mayavadi also they think that it's a light.
In Mayavadi conception, they want to merge with this light to become God. Yeah. But the Brahmavadi, so they have the understanding that we are separate entities, but they have not reached that understanding of Bhagavan realization. But here's the thing, for the Brahmavadi, these are the sincere impersonalists, because most of these Brahmavadis, they become devotees eventually. Yeah. Okay. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. The yogi sees equally because he sees that all living entities, although in different situations, according to the results of fruitive work in all circumstances, remain the servants of God. While in the material energy, the living entity serves the material senses, and while in the spiritual energy, he serves the Supreme Lord directly. In either case, the living entity is the servant of God. This division of equality is perfect in a person in Krishna consciousness. Yeah. The next verse is beautiful one. Yes. Yobam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamayi pashyati. Tasyaham na pranashyami sa chame na pranasyati. For one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me, I am never lost, nor he is ever lost to me. A person in Krishna consciousness certainly sees Lord Krishna everywhere, and he sees everything in Krishna. Such a person may appear to see all separate manifestation of the material nature, but in each and every instance, he is conscious of Krishna, knowing that everything is a manifestation of Krishna's energy. Nothing can exist without Krishna, and Krishna is the Lord of everything. This is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. At this stage, Lord Krishna never disappears from the sight of the devotee, nor does the devotee ever lose his sight of the Lord. In the case of a yogi who sees the Lord as Paramatma within the heart, the same applies. Such a yogi turns into a pure devotee and cannot bear to live for a moment without seeing the Lord within himself. Yeah. So this is one of the classic verse from the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, Yovam Pashyati Sarvatra, seeing that Sarvatra, everything, yeah, is actually within Krishna. Yovam Pashyati Sarvatra, Sarvam Chamayi Pasyati, and Krishna within everything. Yeah, in the Purusha Sukta prayers, it is mentioned in the first verse, Sahasrasi Sapursa, Sahasraksa, Sahasrapata, Sabhumi, Vishwato Vritva, Atyatista Dasangulam. So it is described that the whole creation, the whole material universe, yeah, Dasangulam, Lord Krishna, he covered the whole creation. He embraced the whole creation. And then Dasa Angulam. So Dasa Angulam means 10 fingers like this, you know. So let's say this is the universe, right? And then 10 fingers beyond this universe, Krishna's body embracing the universe. Yeah, that means everything is within Krishna. And Krishna enters into each creation. Yeah. So Krishna is within everything and everything within Krishna. Now, this is the perfect Sachamena Pranasyami. That means that person, for that person, he always see Krishna. Therefore, he never lose sight of the Lord. That means he's always connected with Krishna. Yeah. Imagine if we can see Krishna everywhere. Of course, Krishna is everywhere. So how do we practically apply this principle? By appreciating his energy. So there are so many incidences when Srila Prabhupada having a morning walk, and then as soon as the sun rising, Srila Prabhupada immediately he quote the verse from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Surya Sama Mayahya Andakar. Immediately he quote that verse. That Krishna is just like the sun. And Maya is like darkness. Yes, so that is the perfect vision. Because everything is Krishna, practically speaking. Everything is Krishna. Krishna's energy and Krishna himself are non-different. Therefore, everything is Krishna's. Yes, this is the perfect vision. Srila Prabhupada saying, a pure devotee will see woman differently from how a lusty man seeing a woman. Yeah. So, for example, the lusty man will see woman as the object of their enjoyment. But a pure devotee, how do they see women? Matrivat Paradarisu. They will see woman as a mother. Yes. Paradravesu lo sravat atmavan sarvabhutesu yapasati sapanditaha. This is intelligence. Panditaha. The wise person will see Matrivat Paradarisu, will see all women except his wife as a mother. Yeah. Matrivat Paradaresu. Paradravesu lostravat. And see others' possession just like how we see stone in the street. Yeah. The moment we see that others' possession being so valuable in our life, then this is a problem for us. Yeah. Okay. Next 31. Such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the super soul, knowing that I and the super soul within all creatures are one, remains always in me in all circumstances. Vishnu is one, yeah, and yet he's certainly all pervading. By his inconceivable potency, in spite of his one form, he is present everywhere, as the sun appears in many places at once. So, Eko Narayana na dvitiyo asti kaschit. Yeah, there's only one Narayana. But that means Krishna is one, but his energy is just, expanding. Srila Prabhupada gave the example like the sun. There's only one sun, right? But we are in India and other people in other parts of the world, they will see also sun. Yes, but the same sun remains still in its position. There is only one sun, yeah, but his energy is spread all over. Yes. He is a perfect yogi who, by comparison to his own self, sees the true equality of all beings. See the true equality of all beings in both their happiness and their distress, O Arjun. One who is Krishna conscious is perfect yogi. He is aware of everyone's happiness and distress by dint of his own personal experience. The cause of the distress of a living entity is forgetfulness of his relationship with God. And the cause of happiness is knowing Krishna to be the supreme enjoyer of all the activities of the human being, the proprietor of all lands and planets, and the sincerest best friend of all living entities. Yes. Because one in Krishna consciousness is happy, he tries to dispute the knowledge of Krishna everywhere. Since the perfect yogi tries to broadcast the importance of becoming Krishna conscious, he is the best philanthropist in the world. And he is the dearest servitor of the Lord. Yes. So what does it mean, perfect yogi? So what is our understanding about this verse? Anybody would like to share? Anybody? Yes, Archit Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Perfect yogi should have 3, 4 points as per me. First is to have a firm understanding that I am the soul and I am the part of Krishna and I'm the servant of Krishna. Second, he should see every living soul with the same vision, even an animal and a human. Should not discriminate, although he has to discriminate by the way, whatever whatever body they are in. I could discriminate between lion and a human. And the last thing is he should constantly, try to bring souls nearer to Krishna,
Yes.
and he should not have any other material desire. Does not He should not even have a desire to go to Vaikuntha or Goloka. He should always have desire to serve. Doesn't matter if it's in hellish planets or higher planets.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Yes, that's a perfect yogi. Yeah. Meaning that fully Krishna conscious. Yes, a fully Krishna conscious person is a perfect yogi. And Srila Prabhupada explained here that a fully Krishna conscious person is always equal to material happiness and distress. Yes, Srila Prabhupada explained what is the cause of distress? Our forgetfulness of our relationship with Krishna. And what brings us happiness? Our connection with Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada giving us a hint of the last verse of chapter 5. Yes. What is the last verse of chapter 5?
Bhaktaram yajya tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam atmamam shantim rajat.
Okay. Please raise your hand next time earlier. Otherwise, there is this, waving. Thank you, Gitamrita Prabhu. Thank you, Ramesh Prabhu. Yes. So, Bhaktaram Yagyata Apasam. Understanding that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Sarvalokam Maheswaram. Everything belongs to Krishna. And Suhridam Sarvabhutanami. Krishna is the best friend. Yeah. That is the secret of happiness, peace formula. Srila Prabhupada called this verse as peace formula. Gyatva santim vicchati. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yes. He's sitting in human's heart. He's sitting in the ant's heart. He's sitting in the dog's heart. He's sitting in everyone's heart. Yeah. But the cats and dogs, they cannot realize that is the difference. But a human being, if he tries, if he follows the yoga system, Sankhya yoga system, Bhakti yoga system, then he is able to find out. That is the prerogative of this human form of life. And if we miss this opportunity, if we don't find out, if we don't identify our existence with the Lord, then we are missing this opportunity. This, after the evolutionary process coming through 8,400,000 species of life, when we get this human form of life, if we miss this opportunity, then how much loss we suffer. You don't know. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah. This is the privilege of getting the human form of life. To understand Krishna. Yeah. Because as Srila Prabhupada mentioned, Krishna is in the heart of the dog, of the cat, of the ants. He is everywhere. But the animals, they cannot realize. So, ahar nidra bhaya maitanam cha samanya etat pasubir naranam dharmo ite samadiko viseso dharme nahina pasubi naranam. Yeah, dharme nahina. When a spirit soul gets a human form body, but dharme nahina, if he doesn't take up to the process of Krishna consciousness, pasubir naranam. So he is not different from the animals, because the animals, in one lecture, Srila Prabhupada say that he mentioned this Krishna consciousness movement is meant only for the human being, not for the animal. Take the example. If I ask a cat and dog, oh, Mr. Cat, Mr. Dog, please chant Hare Krishna, they will not chant. Yeah, everybody was laughing. So Yes, Pasubir Naranam. That means if a person not rendering devotional service to the Lord, so his life is none better than animal's life. Yeah. So it's kind of a bit hard statement. Yeah, very harsh, but it is what it is, because this is the main function of the human body. Yeah, this is most sophisticated form amongst the, of course, like the demigods also included. Yeah, within these 8,400,000 species of life. Yeah. So yes, Archie Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, a comment on that. There is one yogi, he
Mm,
calls him some guru, and he says that very funny thing. He says, just because you're human, you think the God is in your form,
mhm.
and you get into the mind of a cat and a dog, and you don't know if they are realizing that a super cat is there as a god. Stupid arguments.
Yes. See, it's like when God is residing in everybody's heart, He's just accompanying the spirit soul within that entity, that body, like cat, as you mentioned, like a cat. It doesn't mean that the cat becomes God, super cat or whatever, but it just Krishna accompanying the spirit soul within that body. That is our understanding. Yes, nice. Okay, so up to this point, that is actually the summary of the Ashtanga Yoga process. Yeah, the Dhyana Yoga process. Dhyana means meditation. What is the perfection of our meditation? To think about Krishna. Yeah, Samatha Vyasa Tatam Vishnu. Always think about Krishna. That is the perfection of this Ashtanga Yoga process. Yes. So now we will see, after Krishna explained all this to Arjuna, what Arjuna will see. What Arjuna will say, he will reject this process. Yeah. Ashtanga Yoga rejected by Arjuna. Arjuna rejects the Ashtanga Yoga system as impractical because his mind appears uncontrollable. Krishna assures Arjuna that it is possible to control the mind by constant practice and detachment. Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unbearable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. The system of mysticism described by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, beginning with the word Suchao Dese and ending with Yogi Paramaha, is here being rejected by Arjuna out of feeling of inability. It is not possible for ordinary man to leave home and go to a secluded place in the mountains or jungles to practice yoga in this age of Kali. 5,000 years ago, Arjuna had much better facilities than we do now. Yet he refused to accept the system of yoga. In fact, we do not find any record in history of his practicing it at any time. Therefore, this system should be considered generally impossible in this age of Kali. Yes. Chanchalam Himana Krishna Sloka. Anybody would like to read this verse?
Shall I, Prabhu?
Yeah, go ahead.
Chanchalam hi mana Krishna parmathi bhalvad dhradram tasyaham nigraham manye vayor eva sudushkaram. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna. And to subdue it, I think it is more difficult than controlling the wind. Intelligence is supposed to direct the mind, but the mind is so strong and obstinate that it often overcomes even one's own intelligence, as an acute infection may surpass the efficacy of medicine. The easiest way to control the mind, as suggested by Lord Chaitanya, is chanting Hare Krishna, the great mantra for deliverance in all humility. The method prescribed is Savai Mana Krishna Padar Vindayoho. Srimad Bhagavad uh, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 4, verse 18. One must engage one's mind fully in Krishna. Only then will there remain no other engagements to agitate the mind. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes. So here is the prescribed method. Savai Mana Krishna Padara Vindaya. This verse is actually describing the quality of King Ambarish. Yeah, how he constantly thinking about Krishna. Yeah. Mana Krishna Padara Vindaya, thinking about Krishna's lotus feet. How we can constantly think about Krishna? By chanting his name. Yeah, Kirtanya Sada Hari. That's how we can remember Krishna in all circumstances, in all time. Yeah, by constantly chanting Hare Krishna. You know, so of course, Srila Prabhupada may give different statement depending on different situation, right? So Srila Prabhupada demanding all of us, all his disciples and all his followers, grand disciples, great grand disciples, to chant minimum 16 rounds every day. Yeah. But there was one incident when Srila Prabhupada was in Vrindavan. So there was one Mataji, Srila Prabhupada's disciples. You know. So apparently she doesn't chant 16 rounds. Apparently. Yeah. And then one of Srila Prabhupada's disciple complained to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, this Mataji, apparently she doesn't chant his round. And Srila Prabhupada said, mind your business. She is always engaged in the chanting of the holy name, because she's like always serving in the kitchen, in the temple kitchen, like practically speaking from morning till night, And while doing this service, she constantly sing the Hare Krishna mantra. Yes, Srila Prabhupada said, mind your business. She constantly chant Hare Krishna. Now, that's why I'm saying that Srila Prabhupada give different statement to different person in different circumstances. But this should not be an absolute statement. You take this incident and saying that, oh, I don't have to chant 16 rounds now because I'm constantly engaged in the service of the Lord, and then I'm chanting all the time. Well, if you really do it, then maybe that's an exceptional, but this is not an absolute statement, okay? Rati Manjari Mataji.
Prabhuji, just wanted to make a remark because my Gurudev also says the same thing, that the ultimate purpose of chanting rounds is to enable individual spirit souls to be always remembering Krishna. So sometimes, yes, you rightly said that it kind of engages, it trains our mind to be chanting Hare Krishna, but that doesn't mean that if you're not having the japa mala in your hand, and you're not a good devotee, like sometimes devotees kind of accuse each other, oh, this one is not chanting the right way, or this number of chant, but actually this is just prima facie, I would say, to engage devotees. Just wanted to share what Gurudev says, but that of course doesn't mean that you should leave chanting on the mala.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji. Yes. Well said. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, Prabhuji. Archit Prabhu.
Prabhuji, one question. For example, if hypothetically, if there's some devotee who is not chanting, but then he's doing so much of sevas, And while doing the seva, he is into Krishna consciousness. So can we say that he is not into Bhakti Yoga, but he is at a level of Karma Yoga, or what distinction we can give him?
Oh, Prabhu, this is complicated. I mean, there should be balance, balance between your chanting, because take this as your main sadhana, you're chanting your rounds because you are taking a vow. At the time of initiation, you are taking a vow to chant minimum 16 rounds, not taking a vow of any other services. That's first of all. So chanting is our priority. And then after that, you can engage in all types of services. Now, but this also you have to see in different circumstances, okay? For example, there is a festival day where actually you are required to do so many services. Yes. So you cannot argue, sorry, Prabhu, sorry, Mataji, I have to finish my round first. No, that is your priority. But in the regular day, your round is your priority. Yes, so you have to balance between the two. Like how Sripad Indra Prabhu explained that between Sankirtan and your japa, there should be balance. If you just do Sankirtan and if you don't do japa, you are actually a Prakrita Bhakta. You are a hypocrite. Seemingly that you have taste to do the kirtan, to preach the holy name. But if you don't chant your japa, then actually there is no potency in that Sankirtan. Now, same thing also, if you just do japa and no other services, then it's like you are also a hypocrite. Because when you do japa, what is the meaning of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? You are asking the energy of the Lord to engage you in the service of the Lord. So there should be balance. Now, the second part of your question, I would say that in which category that devotee fall. In Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, this and that, that's not the question, actually. Because he is engaged in the service of the Lord, definitely he is a devotee, he is a Bhakti Yogi. But then, within devotees also, there are different levels. Yes. So in which level he falls, I personally don't know. Okay, only Krishna knows. But that is my understanding that between japa and seva, there should be balance. As like sometimes, I remember in Janmashtami day, Janmashtami day, I could not finish my 16 rounds. Yes, I was in Cambodia at that time, and there are only 4 devotees, and we have to organize the whole festival, like we have Abhishek, we have Kirtan, cooking, everything. Then I could not finish my rounds. And then the next day, Srila Prabhupada's appearance day. It's like, like I felt like the whole world just crumbling into my head, but here's the thing. Whatever rounds that you could not finish, you must finish it the next day. Yeah, this is not an ideal practice at all, not at all. But then that's how you compensate. Srila Prabhupada was asked one time by Harisori Prabhu, His Grace Harisori Prabhu, said that, Prabhupada, what if one cannot finish his japa somehow or other due to different services, or he may get sick? Yeah, sometimes when we sick, we just have no energy at all, not even chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And then Srila Prabhupada said, then the next day, he should sacrifice his sleeping and eating and finish whatever left, And Srila Prabhupada added into that conversation, he said that it is amazing, we never skip eating prasadam and sleeping, but somehow we can skip chanting our japa. Yeah, so that's my comment, like there should be balance between your japa and also your service. Doing only japa without other service is not good. And doing only service without doing japa, then also not good, There should be balance. And in which category that devotee falls, I don't know personally. Only Krishna knows, yeah. But definitely he's a devotee because he's engaging himself in the service of the Lord. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes. This is regarding the Chanchalami Mana Krishna. The mind is so obstinate, very strong. Because the mind is actually I would say the leader of all the Indriya. And then here, higher than mind is the intelligence. Yeah. Higher than the intelligence is the consciousness. But as Srila Prabhupada explained, just like the strong disease, sometimes we get some medicine from a doctor, some prescription medicine, but even sometimes that medicine doesn't work to cure our disease. Yeah. Because the disease is too chronic. Yeah. So the disease is too chronic. So that's happened to the senses, to the mind. Yeah. Intelligence is supposed to be higher than mind. But sometimes when the mind is being dragged by all other indriyas, other senses, just to go for sense object, sense gratification, our intelligence seemingly to be lost. Yeah, seemingly to be lost. Just like Ajamil, yeah, when he become lusty with this prostitute. So he tried to remind himself, he recollect all the Sastric slokas, but then still he fall victim because his intelligence is defeated by his senses. Now this has happened. Yes, sometimes this has happened. Yeah. But if one is properly engaged in the service of the Lord, engaging himself, his Atma, yeah, the highest consciousness is the spirit soul, then automatically the intelligence, the minds, and all other senses followed automatically. Yes. In the Vedic literature, this is in Srila Prabhupada's purport, yeah. Katha Upanishad 1.3.3 to 4. It is said the individual is the passenger, okay? The soul, yeah. The spirit soul is the passenger in the car of the material body. And intelligence is the driver. Mind is a driving instrument, and the senses are the horses. The self is thus the enjoyer or sufferer in the association of mind and senses. So it is understood by great thinker. Yes. Come back to the beginning of the chapter. Bhandur atmat manastasya yenat maivat manajitaha anat manastu satruve vate tat maiva satruvat. Yes. Mind can be our friend, but also can be our enemy. Yes. When you can control the horse of your chariot, then you can enjoy your chariot peaceful. Yeah. But when this horse cannot be controlled, then yeah, devastation. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, the spirit soul can be the enjoyer. He can enjoy, but he can suffer also. Yes. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments that the intelligence is sometimes compared to a sharp needle. Even the very sharp needle of the intelligence cannot pierce the strong mind any more than a needle can forcibly pierce iron. Yes, nice analogy. Yeah. The next verse, this is Krishna's immediate response on Arjuna's statement. Yeah. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Asamsayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena Kantaya Vairagyana Chagrihati. There are two ways Krishna explained here. Abhyasa and Vairagya. Yeah, Abhyasa means by practice, and Vairagya means detachment. Yeah. Lord Sri Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment. Okay. By the practice of Krishna consciousness, however, one engages in the 9 types of devotional service to the Lord. The first and foremost of such devotional engagements is hearing about Krishna. This is very powerful transcendental method for purging the mind of all misgivings. The more one hears about Krishna, the more one becomes enlightened and detached from everything that draws the mind away from Krishna. This is practical because by hearing about Krishna, one becomes automatically attached to the Supreme Spirit. This attachment is called paresanubhuti, spiritual satisfaction. It is just like the feeling of satisfaction a hungry man has for every morsel of food he eats. The more one eats while hungry, the more one feels satisfaction and strength. Similarly, by discharge of devotional service, one feels transcendental satisfaction as the mind becomes detached from material objectives. Yes, Archit Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhu, can you share that verse again?
You mean the slide, yeah?
Yes.
There you go, sir.
Yeah. So, Prabhuji, so when it say Krishna is saying but it is possible by suitable practice and detachment. So here Krishna is not talking about Bhakti Yoga. So even the Mayavadis also try to, practice their surrender, and they also practice the detachment. But then we say that they fall down. So why is there they also practice but fall down? And sometimes we as a devotee, our anarthas come back again and again. That we know that eventually it will go away, but for them it is a fall down. Just because they don't have proper understanding of Krishna, that's why their practice falls down. Is it the answer?
Okay. It's a nice question that Krishna mentioned here, suitable practice, right? But actually, I'm afraid to say this, but that is the original translation of Srila Prabhupada on this verse. Yeah. So you can have a look into that translation. It is not suitable practice mentioned there. Yeah, it is not suitable practice. Let me check. Just a second. Since you asked this, actually, I don't want to talk about this because some devotees may criticize me. 6. Which verse is this? 35. Yes. Here. You want to hear the Srila Prabhupada's original translation of this verse? Yeah. The blessed Lord said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by constant practice and detachment. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada translated as constant practice, not suitable practice. Okay, so I'm always afraid to talk about this, but since you asked this question, this is the answer, constant practice. It is clear for us what kind of constant practice, because previously Krishna explained, yes, about yoga, practicing yoga, and ultimately Krishna conscious, Bhakti Yoga is the topmost, by constant practice in Krishna consciousness. Because when you say suitable practice, You know, suitable means you adjust your practice into your own convenience. The Mayawadi, that's how they practice it, because that's suitable for them, convenient for them. You know, the principle of how is that goes, that saying, food for a man might be poison for another, right? You like chili, I don't like chili. You like spicy, I don't like spicy. You like sweet, I don't like sweet. This is called, we try to suit our practice as per our convenience. Yeah, but Srila Prabhupada original translation mentioned by constant practice, abhyasena, abhyasa. Abhyasa means constant practice without fail. Yeah, if we constantly remembering Krishna, then there is no chance for the mind to go away from Krishna. That's the answer, since you asked me this question. But I'm using the Bhagavad Gita translation, which is, you know, like distributed amongst our ISKCON members and to the public nowadays. But seeing Srila Prabhupada original translation, it is mentioned constant practice. Now you are asking about the Mayawadis, how they fall down? Because their practice, they just try to suit themselves, in which actually that practice is not at all working. Yeah, the constant practice here mean Krishna consciousness practice. That is clear. Yeah, that is clear in itself. I mean, like it's dangerous to talk about this Bhagavad Gita edition, you know, like, because there is like a big two parties, I would say, Cold War going on, you know, and ISKCON about, no, we have to preserve Srila Prabhupada's original translation. The other said, no, we have to, you know, like they edited, and then this is going on in BBT now. I don't know, it's live, like, right? On YouTube, it's live. Any devotee can see this and can point something on me. I'm not against our present translation, but for some verses, yes, you may doubt it like this. And this is the answer. Yes, by constant practice. Abhyasa means constant. Because when you say suitable practice, that means, oh, sorry, I'm not suitable for going for Mangalarati every day. This is my practice. That means suitable practice. You adjust to your own convenience. But constant practice means Krishna is putting standard. Yeah. Give me your argument.
No, Prabhuji, you're rightly said.
Yes.
Correct.
No, I mean, like, since you asked this, that's why whenever people ask me about this, I always come to Srila Prabhupada's original translation. Yeah.
So you're saying that apart from this verse, there are many verses that we feel is also a little bit adjusted.
From my perspective, yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just me, you know. It's not that I against this, the, you know, BBT editor, this and that. No, I'm not. But some of the verses are like this, you know. If you have some doubts, you better go to Srila Prabhupada's original translation, and you can compare, and you can get some enlightenment from there. Yeah. Of course, we try our best, you know, to suit it into the public, but sometimes Srila Prabhupada is non-compromise. You know, one time, Jita Vrata Prabhu, one of the BBT members working together with Rameswar Prabhu. Yeah, with Rameswar Prabhu. I met Rameswar Prabhu here in Mayapur just a few days ago. So anyway, Srila Prabhupada clearly tell Rameswar Prabhu, yeah, The moment my books are changed, that's how the movement start degrading. Yeah. One time, they published one edition. I think, which book was that? Anyway, I forgot. It's small book. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada book. And then after some time, they changed the book cover. And Srila Prabhupada became so angry. Yeah. Don't even change the cover. Just keep it as it is. Just keep it. Don't even change the cover. Anyway, it's personal choice. Yeah. I don't know. If possible, maybe we have to cut this part of video. By speaking like this, I may come into trouble, really. Anyway, since you asked this, that's my last weapon to answer your question, because Mayavadis, their suitable practice is to meditate on impersonal thing. That's suitable for them. But when Krishna mentioned constant practice, abhyasena, that means there is standard of that constant practice. Yeah.
And Prabhuji, since they cannot practice that impersonal meditation for 24 hours, 364 days, I mean, that is also a fall down because that does not fit in that definition of constant.
Yes, yes. But our practice is constant, We do the same thing every day. Can you imagine? Every day. Okay. 36. For one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. That is my opinion. Yeah. Trying to practice yoga while engaging mind in material enjoyment is like trying to ignite a fire while pouring water on it. Unless one is engaged in Krishna consciousness, he cannot steadily control the mind. A Krishna conscious person easily achieves the result of yoga practice without separate endeavor. But a yoga practitioner cannot achieve success without becoming Krishna conscious. Yes. So this is clear. Yeah. First of all, mind should be controlled. Otherwise, self-realization is a difficult task. Yeah, a very difficult task. But for those who are in Krishna consciousness, yeah, the yoga perfection, the yoga practice perfection is assured. Yeah. It's already in one package, let's say like that, in complete package. Krishna consciousness is a complete package, yeah, where you can get everything. So now here, the destination of the unsuccessful yogi. Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. We will find this verse in this part. Arjuna asked about the destination of the unsuccessful yogi, but Krishna assures him that yogi's next birth will be auspicious, giving him another chance for self-realization. Krishna, sorry. For self-realization. Arjuna said, "O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist, who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desist due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism?" Purport. This was asserted by the Lord in the second chapter. Even a little endeavor on the transcendental path offers a great hope for deliverance. Where it is mentioned in second chapter, anybody still remember the verse? Sudamayi Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Neha Vikramana Sastri Pratyavayo na Vidyate Svalpamapyasa Dharmasya Trayate Mahatopayat.
Yes, please give us the translation also.
Little endeavor will lead one little endeavor in this yoga will remove one from the greatest danger, Prabhuji.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. Neha Bikramana Sosti Pratyavayo Na Vidyate. There is no loss and diminution in this practice. Yeah. Swalpam apyasa dharmasya trayate mahato vayat. And little advancement. Swalpam. Little advancement in Krishna consciousness will give us great hope to protect us from the greatest fear. What is that greatest fear? To gliding down to the lower species of life. Yes. So Neha Bikramanasasti means there is no loss and diminution. Yeah. Thank you. To pursue the transcendental path is more or less to declare war on the illusory energy. Consequently, whenever a person tries to escape the clutches of the illusory energy, he tries to defeat the practitioner by various allurements. The conditioned soul is already allured by the modes of material energy, and there is every chance of being allured again, even while performing transcendental disciplines. Yes. So this has happened. When we take up the Krishna consciousness practice, that means we are declaring war against Maya. Yes, we are challenging Maya. Yes, therefore, it is common thing if a practicing devotees may fall, because Maya is always giving us some allurement. Yes. But then still, even if one falls down, yeah, there is no loss in practicing devotional service to Krishna. Yeah. But don't take chance. Don't take chance to fall down. Text 38. Almighty arm Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a raven cloud with no position in any sphere? A cloud in the sky sometimes deviates from a small cloud and join a big one. But if it cannot join a big one, then it is blown away by the wind and becomes a non-entity in the vast sky. Yeah, so Arjuna is asking Krishna here, if someone fall down from his practice, will he completely lose? Yeah. Yes, Archit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Oh, who is here? Good morning.
Good morning. Happy
Please.
Krishna conscious. Good morning.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Go
Krishna.
ahead, Prabhu.
Yeah. Prabhuji, so I mean, in the last shloka, you're saying that what will happen to them,
Yeah.
and then you're referring to chapter 2, where Krishna says that it will save. But here, when Arjuna is saying what will happen to them who start but fall down, and Krishna is saying there's no space for them. So is it both of them contradictory? The chapter 2 and the shloka, isn't it?
Wait. Which one are you saying?
I'm saying that
This one?
Yeah, just a sec. Yeah.
This is the one?
Just before that, before the
1 minute. This.
yes. So here
Is this
also,
Arjuna's statement?
yes, but still he's saying that in the beginning they follow they have started Krishna consciousness, but then they drop down. But and so ideally, it answer should be the response should be what is shloka in chapter 2, that a little endeavor will save, you'll not fall down. But then again in 38, Krishna is contradicting that statement, saying there will be no position.
No. This 38 is Arjuna's statement. This sloka is Arjuna's statement. Arjuna is asking Krishna here. Yeah, Arjuna is asking Krishna here, what if a person practice devotional service? If he falls down, that means everything will be lost. This is Arjuna's question to Krishna. It is not Krishna's statement. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the thing. Yeah, a bit confusion here. This is just Arjuna's statement. Just like we are asking question, you know, oh Prabhuji, what if like this? What if like this? Will be this like this? That means it's not a statement, it's just a question in which actually doubt is there. Yeah. So Krishna will clarify. Yes. Here it is. Arjuna said, this is my doubt, oh Krishna. And I ask you to dispel it completely. But for you, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt. Krishna is the perfect knower of past, present, and future. This is called Trikalagya. Yeah. Therefore, the verdict of Krishna is final and complete answer to all doubts. Because he knows past, present, and future perfectly, but no one knows him. Krishna and Krishna conscious devotees alone can know what is what. Okay. Here, Krishna's response to that. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Son of Pritha, a transcendentalist engaged in auspicious activities does not meet with destruction, either in this world or in the spiritual world. One who does good, my friend, is never overcome by evil. The only auspicious activities are those which lead one to liberation. Any activity which is not aimed at ultimate self-realization or liberation from the material body concept of life is not at all auspicious. Activity in Krishna consciousness is the only auspicious activity. And anyone who voluntarily accepts all bodily comforts for the sake of making progress on the path of Krishna consciousness can be called a perfect transcendentalist under severe austerity. Yeah. Here, about this, my friend here, I highlighted with different color. Yeah. Baladev Vidyabhusana explains that by using the word tata, my friend, Krishna is showing Arjuna special affection, addressing him as a loving father would address a son, or a spiritual master, his intimate disciple. Yes. So there is no loss in Krishna conscious practice. Yeah. There is no loss at all. At least what we will get, if we cannot attain success in this lifetime, what we will get, Prapya punya kritam lokam usita saraswati samaha suchinam srimatam gehe yogo brasta vijayate. We will find this in this part of discussion. First, we will enjoy so much in heaven. And then after that, we will take birth in the family of a Brahmana or family of a rich merchant. This is the destination for those who just beginner in their practice. Yes, this is just the beginner. For the beginner, yeah, you just started Krishna consciousness, you fall down, and then what you get? First, you get heaven, and then when you take birth in the family of a Brahmana, and then, or in the family of rich man. That's the least things that you can get. And then for those who are advanced, yeah, but still, because Maya is too strong, you fall down, what happened? You will take birth directly in the family of devotee. We will see how Srila Prabhupada glorify himself and his spiritual master. We will see. It is very rare opportunity to see Srila Prabhupada glorifying himself. And most of the time, Srila Prabhupada always being meek and humble. Yeah. but we will see how Srila Prabhupada glorify himself. Yes, this is the verse that I just quoted. Mhm. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, this is the Swargaloka. Yeah. Yes. For those who are unsuccessful, they will go to heaven. Is born into a family of righteous people. Yes. Suchina means actually the Brahmana. Or into a family of rich aristocracy. The unsuccessful yogis are divided into two classes. Okay, one is fallen after very little progress, and one is fallen after long practice of yoga. The yogi who falls after a short period of practice goes to the higher planets, where pious living entities are allowed to enter. After prolonged life there, one is sent back again to this planet to take birth in the family of righteous Brahmana Vaisnava or of aristocratic merchants. Okay, clear, right? This verse is about those who just beginner. Prabhupada explained two types of the unsuccessful one. One is when they just practice, and the other is when they practice for a long time. But still, both are falling. So the beginner, they get this. They get to enjoy into heaven, and then they will take birth in the family of a Brahmana, and then, or in the family of rich men. Yes, Rasa Sindhugiri Dari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhuji, sending back to this planet means, is it that only on this planet, Earth, that one can then get back to Godhead?
Yes.
Is that the only way of journey? Because we hear there are 400,000 species of human life.
Yeah.
So is it only that the human life on Earth is the direction back to Godhead?
Thank you so much. If we see the description in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, how actually it is described there, even those who are in the higher planetary system, yeah, like the Janaloka, Tapoloka, Brahmaloka, yes, they can perfect their life from that planet by practicing Krishna consciousness. But what happened is that when most of the spirit soul, when enjoying in the heaven, so they forget to practice Krishna consciousness in the heaven. They just enjoying. And then when their punya, their credit, pious credit finished to enjoy in heaven, so they must come again. This earth is known as the Mrityu Loka, where the repetition of birth and death or the changing of the body of the living entity taking place. Yeah. So you can perfect your life while being in the higher planetary system, like Janaloka, Tapoloka, where all these great sages reside. But when someone is being sent to heaven, we tend to forget because so much enjoyment. After your punya finish, then you have to come down. Yeah. You have to come down to this earth. And then from this earth, again, you start from the scratch. I mean, like, start your life. But the credit of your bhakti is remain. It does not get lost. Yes, so even as you rightly mentioned that amongst this, Jalaja, Navalaksani, all this, yeah, there are 900 species of aquatics, and for human there are 400 species. What does it mean? In what category ones fall into that? The demigods also falls into the human species. Yeah, the higher being, demigod. Yes. So, but then, yes, this is the place where actually there is Srila Prabhupada's purport in the Srimad Bhagavatam mentioned that this earth is actually the most suitable place to practice Bhakti Yoga. In heaven, too much enjoyment. In hell, too much suffering. But here, in the earth, balance. Balance between happiness and distress. Therefore, this is the most suitable place. Even the demigods in the Canto 5, Narada Muni explained the demigods want to take birth on earth. Yeah, seeing, especially in Kali Yuga, seeing that the perfection that we can achieve is just more or less within 100 years, we can perfect our life. If you get the body in the higher planetary system, like the demigods, the age is too great, So yes, you will be sent here. That is the answer. Yeah. Archit Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. So as you said that when you are in joy, you don't do Krishna consciousness there, but then your credit does not lost. So similarly can be said for a person who is visiting the hellish planet and suffer and coming back to Mrityu Loka. Does their credits also stays there? However, it is very contradictory that somebody is going to hell but doing Krishna consciousness there. But still, can we say that there is a possibility of their credits will not lost?
The Bhakti credit will never get lost, will never diminish. Yes, the Bhakti credit will never diminish. Yes. So what you enjoy in heaven is just the byproduct of Krishna consciousness practice. Yes. So those who are practicing Krishna consciousness automatically get nice punya sukriti. That material sukriti you enjoy in heaven. But your bhakti credit remains, never diminish. Yeah. And you come back to this earth and start from that point again. Bhupalaka Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dharat Pranam. Bhakti credit will not get diminished. It's very nice to hear, Prabhuji, but I also somewhere heard that if you are committing any offenses, then it may be eradicated. Is that true, Prabhuji?
Okay. If you commit offenses, especially Vaishnava Parad, what happened? It's not that your bhakti credit is finished or diminished, get lost. No. Just your enthusiasm in bhakti is checked because of these offenses. Because the result of your bhakti performance will never get decreased. It remain there. Just like you climb up the stair. Yeah. But when you commit offenses, you stay on that place. You don't make progress in your bhakti. But whatever you have done, the credit remain with you. But what happens is that when you commit, especially Vaishnava Aparad, you remain there. You're not advancing. Yeah. You are being checked. Yeah. That's the understanding.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you. Ramesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dharat Pranam. In that case, how to get that, Vaishnava Aparad?
Yes. Yes, to apologize to the person whom you offended. Yeah, to apologize. How much time we have now? 5 minutes. Yeah, because take the famous example like Dhruva Maharaj. Sorry, Durvasa Muni. Yes, even he went to Vaikuntha. Can you imagine? Asking the Lord for protection, and Lord Vishnu said, sorry, I cannot do this. Chakra just escaped from my hands. The only way is that you go to Ambarish Maharaj, beg for forgiveness from Ambarish Maharaj. Yes, there is one incident that in Jagannath Puri, Srila Rupa Goswami in Jagannath Puri, while because he was constantly in deep meditation of Lord Krishna and his pastimes. He is the Rasa Acharya, right? So one day he was seeing the vision of the pastime of Radha and Krishna, where actually all his Gopa friends and the gopis making fun of Krishna. Yeah. And then all of them are laughing. And what happened? Rupa Goswami in this meditation, seeing these pastimes, he also laughed. You know, this is the melo, this is the rasa. He laughed. And what happened when he was laughing? It's coincidence that there was one devotee who's actually limping, yeah, walk in the front of him, and this devotee got offended. Oh, he's laughing at me because I'm having this defect. I'm limping. So actually, Rupa Goswami never had any what do you call this? intention to offend this devotee. But this devotee takes offense, thinking that, oh, he is laughing at me because I'm limping. And then what happened after that incident? So his meditation just broke. Yeah. And he could not relish again this pastimes, you know. And then what happened? He asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you know, this is happening. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, probably you have committed any offense? I said, I never have any fight with somebody. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, what we'll do now, you invite all the devotees here for prasadam. And then they spread the invitation for prasadam. There was only one devotee who is not coming to attend the prasadam seva. Then it is understood, yes, this devotee keeping some grudge on you. Go to him, ask him what's going on, beg for forgiveness. Yeah. And then Rupa Goswami went there, meet this devotee, asking for forgiveness. Please forgive me if I commit offenses, whether intentionally or unintentionally, knowing or unknowingly. Yeah. And the whole thing just get better after that. So this is the way. Asking for forgiveness. But here is the thing. If we don't know if we are committing offense, then you know what to do. Yes. That's why every morning we chant Panchakalpatarubhyascha. We offer obeisances. This offering obeisances is for the unknowing offense that we committed. But for the offenses that you know to whom you committed, just approach the person with all humility. Yeah, with all humility. Ask for forgiveness. You know, there is a fight between Srila Prabhupada's disciples, you know, and then Srila Prabhupada called both of them, you know. Prabhupada said that, you know, you now, you glorify him. And this devotee said, okay, he's chanting 16 rounds, he's I said, okay, now it's your turn, glorify him. Okay, he's doing this service, he's going for Mangalarati. And Prabhupada said, then, why you are fighting? Why you are fighting? Don't you see good qualities in this devotee? Don't you see this devotee is nice? Then why fighting? Offer obeisances and finish. Yes, so that's the way. Yeah, asking for forgiveness in genuine manner. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock actually. There are 3 hands here, but let me postpone these 3 hands. I want to finish the slides first of all, okay? Or if I'm successful after long practice, okay? Just give me 5 more minutes, please tolerate me. After long practice of yoga, now this is the second type of the unsuccessful yoga, okay? He takes his birth in a family of transcendentalists who are surely great in wisdom. Certainly such a birth is rare in this world. Here, Srila Prabhupada's purport. Birth in a family of yogis or transcendentalists, those with great wisdom, is praised herein because the child born in such a family receives a spiritual impetus from the very beginning of his life. Hear what I said about how Srila Prabhupada glorified himself and his spiritual master. Yeah. Fortunately, both our spiritual master, Om Vishupad, Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and our humble self. Srila Prabhupada referring to himself here. Yeah, our humble self had the opportunity to take birth in such families by the grace of the Lord, and both of us were trained in the devotional service of the Lord from the very beginning of our lives. Later on, we met by the order of the transcendental system. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada said, yes, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur take birth in the family of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and myself, Gaur Mohande, is another pure devotee of the Lord. Prabhupada said, my father is pure devotee of Srimati Radharani. Yeah, if you read the Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita, he mentioned this. My father is a pure devotee of Srimati Radharani. Whenever he comes home from his work, and then early in the morning after that, he would invite different sadhus, from the street for prasadam in our house, and then asking the blessing of all the sadhus, please bless my child, Abai, to become great devotee of Radharani. That's all, Srila Prabhupada's father. So this has happened for those who fall down after long practice. He will take birth immediately in the family of a devotee. So your children is actually a great devotee in the past. Yes. Okay. A little bit more. So in my childhood, when I was 5 or 6 years old, I requested my father that, Father, give me this deity. I shall worship. So father purchased for me a little Krishna, Radha, and he gave me. And I was imitating. Whatever food stuff I was getting, I was offering to Krishna and eating. In this way, I got my life developed. And there was a temple in our neighborhood. So I was seeing the Krishna deity. Oh, I was thinking many things. I still remember. I was standing for hours together. So in this way, practically, we can understand that these facilities are given by the Lord. The Lord is always prepared to give us facility. Simply, he wants to see that we are sincere. That's all. Yeah. 43. On taking such a birth, he revives the divine consciousness of his previous life, and he again tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success, O Sanuk. Yeah. 44. By virtue of divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principles, even without seeking them. Such an inquisitive transcendentalist stand always above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures. And when the yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being wars of all contamination, then ultimately achieving perfection, after many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. Yeah, the topmost yogi. Okay, who is the topmost yogi? Yoginam api sarvesam. Yogi is greater than ascetic, greater than the empiricist, and greater than the prudent worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. Yes, this is the conclusion of this chapter. Who is the greatest yogi? Yoginam api sarvesham madgatinantaratmana sradhavan bhajate yomam sameyukta tamo matha. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, think of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me, is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is highest of all. That is my opinion. Okay. So the perfection of yogic practice, yoga practice is remain engaged in Krishna's service. Yeah. Because we are yogi. We are bhakti yogi. Yeah. The best yogi. Yoginam api sarvesam, Krishna mentioned. Amongst all the yogis, api sarvesam. Madgaten antar atmanam. Those who are always engaged in the service of the Lord. Sradhavan bhajate. How we have to perform our bhajan, devotional service, Sradhava, with full faith. Yeah. Okay, to conclude this class today, that we see Krishna answers Arjuna's doubt. Yeah. And when Krishna explained to Arjuna about the Astanga Yoga process, Arjuna refused it because it's very difficult. Yeah. And ultimately, what is the perfection of yoga practice is being a great devotee of the Lord. Yes, constantly in the service of the Lord. Okay. All right, our time is up. Bopalaka Prabhu, you will be the closer today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
As you said, offenses against devotees will stagnate our progress in Krishna consciousness. Also, Prabhuji, in our material life, we come across so many contradictions within our co-members, and so sometimes we enter into such a situation that we think we are right, what we have done is right, and also situation also prove that tend to prove that we are also going on the right path, but still the opposite whatever you call them a karmi or something, because we think we are devotees, call them a karmi or something, still they have any opinions about us, and they don't want to step down from their thing. So in such a situation, our disturbance is always there in the karmic life. Such situations, how we can actually overcome to do bhakti life? What is the key for us so that we keep our track perfect and not get deviated by those afflictions? Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, that's the consequences while dealing with the people. I mean, like when we work, for example. Yeah, that's why Srila Prabhupada, he wanted to establish the Vaishnava community based on agriculture and cow protection. Yeah, meaning that for our livelihood, Srila Prabhupada we should be self-sufficient. And therefore, for our livelihood, we don't have to deal with the non-devotees. But for preaching purpose, we must go out and search and preach to them. But for our livelihood, as much as possible, Srila Prabhupada wanted that we should live in a community where we can fulfill all the necessities in our life just within this community without having any interaction with the non-devotees. Yeah, because this is always happening, and you don't have any other choice. When you work with the karmis, then you have to make friendship with them, and sometimes some friction may happen. So of course, what to do now? Then this is actually not an easy situation, I would say. Indeed, it is not at all easy. But if you don't have any other alternative to maintain your life, then you have to tolerate all this, and better to avoid any spiritual discussion with them if they reject. Yeah. Otherwise, they may commit offenses. They may start blaspheming Krishna. So better not to discuss anything about Krishna consciousness if they are not favorable. But with your friends, if they are open-minded, you can discuss. Yeah. Otherwise, you should avoid the discussion and just continue making friendship as much as business are concerned. Yeah. But of course, our dream is to live in the devotees community, yeah, where actually we can meet our livelihood only within that community. Yes, that's the only thing. That's why Srila Prabhupada, he wanted to open farm community, but there are only few devotees taking it seriously. Yes, and it's still like big pending dream of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada mentioned 50% of my mission, namely the Varnashram, is still unfulfilled. Yes, Varnashram that Srila Prabhupada referring is to make this Vaishnava community, farm community based on agriculture and cow protection. Yes. Okay, I see there are a few more hands up here. we are, you can ask Mataji or anybody who has questions or comments. You can express it in our next class. Yeah, because we are all busy. We are all busy, and like today's Ekadasi, I have to get ready to prepare for a yagya. So anyway, please ask on our next class. Yes, thank you so much. So I officially say that this is the end of this unit. Yeah, the next class will be entering a new chapter, a new unit of this Bhakti Sastri course, and hopefully we will run even smoother than what we have in unit 1. And please be ready for your exam. I think 1 more month, yeah, on March. Don't worry, it's a lot of time to study. Meanwhile, you can keep submitting your slokas and essays and whatever homework that Navadip Sachi Mataji has given to all of you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Prabhu, Hare Krishna.